I got put back when we first started talking about my moms, and I'm like trying to put her on to movies like, hey mom, check this out. She's like, I don't like that. No. That doesn't seem real to me.
Yeah.
But, you know, I put on some kind of detective and lawyer and finding the criminal and all that. Oh man, she's stuck like Chuck. You know? So, and then like Snatch. Everyone has seen Snatch.
Yeah.
You know, who's never seen Snatch, recommend it. You're gonna love it. Like I said, if anyone recommends a movie to you, watch it in the afternoon because you don't feel like your day was wasted. You know?
Wow, that's a hell of a statement, man.
You know, don't sit back at 8 o'clock and, you know, like, that fucking movie sucks, dog. You know, I waited all fucking day for this shit.
Yeah.
You know, you watch it in the afternoon. Sometimes I personally have to watch a movie by myself.
Yeah.
You know, because the audience that it's around me are not feeling it.
Yeah.
You know?
And that throws you off.
It throws me off because you're like, would you shut the fuck up?
Or even if you're in a room with people who are heckling the movie or doing something,
my God.
it's distracting.
That's the part where you say, shut up, dude.
Yeah.
Keep your fucking comments to yourself, dude. I'm digging it. So, to eliminate that, I like to watch a lot of movies by myself. Sometimes you have somebody like, what happened? And you can explain what's going on. Mm-hmm. And then you open it up to them, and they're like, and then it becomes their favorite movie.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because you just clarified shit. And
it's like the snowball effect.
Yeah, for sure, homie. And, dude, honestly, you know, not going off subject, but talking about movies, I walked in one day into the house, and, you know, the way we had the setup in the living room is, you know, the L shape, the moon, like the one we're sitting on right now.
Yeah.
And my dad was laughing. My dad was like, ah. And that nigga don't laugh at some shit. You know, he's nothing but cowboys and Indians. Uh-huh. So I'm like, what are you laughing at? He's like, oh, this movie's tough. You have to watch this movie. And I'm like, looking at him, was like, dude, you don't stray anything past the fucking 60s. You know, so that's how I was hip to Snatch. Mm-hmm. You know, and that's right there. You know, that's a movie I would say, you know, if you recommend anything, for sure, dude, I will always watch that movie no matter what time of day. So, yeah, you know, it's just, movies are for everybody. If it ain't for you, it ain't for you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Some of the directors and artists and writers that we might speak of, you know, you got some cat out there, and I'm like, dude, that dude fucking sucks. I'm like, dude, you might like root beer. I think root beer tastes like shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's not for me, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, you know, that's how it is, man. That's your flavor, homie. Don't trip, dog. You're like, I get it. I'll sit through it. I'll have a glass of root beer with a shitload of fucking ice, you know. But I'll power through it.
Yeah.
But I'll power through a movie, you know. And then I've had my incidences where, you know, I've had an A&W. I'm like, okay, I get it. You know, A&W is way different from that bootleg 99, you know, Stars and Stripes red beer, you know,
yeah.
3 liter.
Yeah.
But no, man, I think the Hollywood industry is definitely, you know, it's always going to make money, brother. Mm-hmm. You know, it just depends on what flavor you bring to the table. We spoke on, you know, certain movies. We talked about Johnny Depp. We talked about the Pinocchio cat. You know, I didn't know, but I think, hey, man, no one's ever touched on Pinocchio, so, you know, we're going to go with that. And your insight on that director, on what he's done, and you were like, I'm down to check that out. And, yeah, man, like I said, I'm a little older than you. I'll definitely take your word for it. I'll check it out.
Nice. Thank you, man. So with that being said, let's jump into our main focus.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now for the movie focus of the week.
All right, so finally we get to the focus of the night, which is Fright Night. It was released on August 2nd, 1985, which actually is my birthday. although I was born until 1989. This sits high at a 91 on Rotten. It's rated R. It's 1 hour and 48 minutes. It's basically about Charlie Brewster is a teenager in 80s suburbia whose world is turned upside down when he realizes his neighbor is a real-life vampire. It's written and directed by Mr. Tom Holland, starring Chris Sarandon, William Ragsdale, Amanda Bierce, Roddy McDowell, Stephen Jeffries, Jonathan Stark, and Dorothy Fielding. Now, before we jump into the details of the film, what does Fright Night mean to you? And give me some of your first experiences with the movie.
My first experience with the, well, yeah. Where do I start, man? Dude, you know what? When I first saw Fright Night, I was a young man. Mm-hmm. Like I say, I was a young man, a little boy. So it was scary. It used to be one of those things. I thought it was good. I just thought it was really good. It was scary. It was funny. You gotta remember, dude. I was watching like American Werewolf in London. Mm-hmm.
A lot of the movies that were popular at the time.
A lot of the movies, exactly, dude. Like I say, I grew up as a kid that cable was in the house.
Yeah.
So we always had exclusives to HBO, Cinemax, Showtime.
So you probably watched.
Yeah, we saw a lot of movies. We saw a lot, of course. Spank-Travision. So yeah, dude, when we saw it, I thought it was good. I thought Brewster's girlfriend, the one that played Marcy in the Bundys,
yeah, I
thought she was hot as hell when she was a vampire. I was like, even that little boy, I was like, she looks a lot better with fucking long hair.
Yep. That's true, man.
Her, it was a good movie, bro. And when we were kids, that was one of our things as family. I grew up, with a lot of family in the house, a lot of cousins, and that was the whole thing. It was like, "You're so cool, Brewster. You're so cool." That was the little, punch thing we used to do. Make fun of each other. And I remember my sisters were like at awe with the actor. The whole part at the club, and they were, mm-hmm. It explains it because they were 15, 16-year-old young girls, and
yeah, Chris Sarandon.
Yeah, they were just like, but I think when you think about some of the parts of the movie, the part when Evil is a dog and he gets staked by Peter Vincent or
yeah.
I thought that still gets me, as reviewing the movie that we did earlier. That I still like, damn, man, that's still a good scene, dude. That's still, like I say, that has so many years on, 85. What are we now? So
2018.
Yeah, brother. It
still rings true, right?
It's still good, bro. I liked it a lot.
And you know why? I think it's because it's a testament to how good practical effects hold up.
It was. It definitely was. The bat is still good.
Yeah.
All of it. Yeah, I understood. Yeah.
And the whole film has this very satirical kind of feel, where you feel like you're watching like an episode of Tales from the Crypt or one of those anthology shows where they're showing you this extended episode of something, you know what I mean, with this kind of classic I feel like we've seen this story done so many times in so many ways, and it's all comes back to Fright Night, you know what I mean? They kind of made that this I think this is one of the best vampire films ever. Outside of maybe Lost Boys.
Oh, you can't even, that's two different...
tones, of course.
Lost Boys is... that falls on to... I don't know, a little bit of the Pinocchio? Mm-hmm. What do you say? The bad boys? And, I'm saying... Everyone wants to be a bad boy. Mm-hmm. chicks like the bad boys. No, but
it's all this. I feel like it's all the same. If you think about it, right? Now, it's all the same mythology where the neighbor is this kind of sexy guy icon.
That's exactly what I was saying. It's always the
in Lost Boys, it's the fucking outcasts that ride on their fucking dirt bikes and they don't really have homes and they're fucking look like fucking gutter punks or 80s glam metal kids back then. You know what I mean?
That's for sure, homie.
So it's all you can break it down.
That story is as old as Testament of Man, you know.
It's this, kind of very. Vampires they've always had this kind of sexual allure to them.
Oh, for sure, dude.
You know.
Sex and vampires go together like peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah, hand in hand.
Hand in hand, bro. There's always a seductive, you know. I think that's why, you know, in vampire movies, when you see a strong. A female in the vampire that definitely does well with the men, you know, because, you know, and definitely if you cast a really good looker, you know what I'm saying, but it all depends on her too, because you know tits are a dime a dozen, dude, but you know
the delivery,
the delivery of that chick is, you know, definitely grasp what the story is, dude. A man be like, oh fuck, I'd fuck up with her too, bro.
Yeah,
you know, I'd be her concubine quick. You know what I'm saying? So but you know, with Fright Night, watching it then, watching it now, watching it in between, you know, you definitely see things different growing up. You know what I'm saying? And that's in everything in life. You know, the way you saw this and the way you see it now, I can't believe I was thinking that way. Or, damn, I had a pretty good fucking grasp on things, you know. But always the movie with the neighbor, you know, the whole mysterious of the neighbor and who he is and what's he about. You know, you see those movies where the young kid, he finds out that the neighbor was a Nazi death camp guard or a doctor. That always does well. And you find out the sick shit he's about.
Was that Apt Pupil? Is it that one?
Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah. So Fright Night, it's just I feel it's. I can't explain it, dude. I can't really explain it. The only way is I think it's one of the movies that stand the test of time, dude. Everyone's gonna dig it, bro.
Yeah, and that's why it has a fucking 91 on Rotten.
You know, exactly. Everyone's gonna dig it. You know, it's well done, and if you do your homework on it, you definitely appreciate it more. Yeah, you know. I did my homework on it a little bit, and you know, and the writers and the directors were more like trying to, you know, put you on game on like the Peter Vincent on, you know, it encompassed two of those back in the days kind of vampire fighters.
Yeah, heroes.
Heroes. Yeah. You know, definitely Charlie and his girlfriend touched on the whole teenage. You know, you're just.
I feel like it plays with hormones and
your hormones
and relationships and the things that go along with.
Yeah, you have your nerdy friend.
So it's like this guy, and that's the thing, is that you never feel like Charlie, the main character, is a hero at any point. Maybe towards the end, but he's kind of this boy next door cast into this extraordinary situation, and you
definitely
you watch everything kind of how he interprets things and how he goes about things, and you know, and he fucks up and he doesn't do things right, and
I love how the directors, or at the time, it shows you the time the male chauvinistic way, because you know, first he's trying to get into his girl's pants, and then he's distracted on what's going on
next door.
You know, down next door, and she finally submits, and she's on the bed all naked, and he's like, yeah, that's great, you know. And then she gets mad and she dips out, and then he's just all concentrated on the dude next door, and she's all mad. And he's like, yeah, that's cool. I'll see you tomorrow, girl. You know. That was comedy to me. I loved it. Yeah. You know, that's an adult thing right there, bro. only an adult man would feel that energy.